G'day, it's Grandad here, and welcome to day 2 of our coverage of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, found on the planet Hurston in the city of Lorvile for 2948. And today, RSI, or Roberts Space Industries, the granddaddy of spaceship manufacturers, is here for showing off their collection. Only a few ships available this year, most of the other craft were unavailable at this time, and the Anvil Arrow from yesterday is still featured in the center floor here. But anyway, let's go take her out and see what's on display. So first up, we have a ship that any player to Star Citizen should be well familiar with, and that is the RSI Aurora series, which are in lore based on the original ship that RSI made that was the first one that could leave a planet. So they have some historical benefit there. Now before us we have the Aurora LX. This is the luxury model that has a jump drive by default and a leather seat, which you can't really see unless you go inside it. But yes, you've got that one there. See, I could go in there, but once you've seen one Aurora, you've pretty much seen them all. And as the trailer music plays in the background, we'll take a look at the MR, the Mark. This is one most people will be familiar with, as this is the base ship in the starter package. This is the sort of middle range Aurora, capable of doing a little bit of everything. So if you've seen one Aurora, like I said, you'll have seen the rest of them. And then right next to it here, we have the LN. This is the militia version, or the Legionnaire, which has the missile mount on top. You have the guns in the same usual spots, and then you have the two additional guns under the radiator fins here. So this one is a pretty good upgrade if you like the Aurora but just want to have that little bit of extra firepower. Well, this is the one for you. Also, it's got that extra scoop on top. Across from the hall, we have the Aurora CL. This is the merchant trader version. So this is the one that can carry a bigger cargo box under the underside here. So if you want to get into trade, this is the Aurora that can carry far more. So if you want trading, this is the Aurora you pick. And right next to the CL, we have the ES, which is, I believe, the Essential. This is the cheapest version of the Aurora and is sort of your equivalent to the entry level. Nothing really particular special about this one, but this one is, as I say, the cheapest ship you can get that is quantum travel capable. So if you ever find yourself stranded in the verse somewhere, an Aurora ES might be just your ticket out of there. Finally, on display in this section of the hall, we have the RSI Ursa, a modified APC intended for use in exploration and carried aboard the Aquila exploration ship. Now this is a 6-wheeled vehicle with a turret that you can see folds down on the side when not in use. It has a rear access door, which is interestingly not animating correctly there. You see you've got this rear door, just a few seats, nothing special in here. You've got the locker room there. This angle is throwing me off slightly. Side door that you can open up and get in and out without having to open the main area. And then you've got the actual driving section. So, pretty nice little rover. Not the fastest, of course, but a very sturdy thing. Like, if you need to transport something on a planet's surface, this is probably the way to do it, at least for now. And finally, moving to the main section of the hall and the main point of interest, you have the 3 of the 4 members of the Constellation family that were available here for display. Unfortunately, the Taurus, the cargo dedicated version, is not here. But instead we have the Aquila on the right there, the Phoenix in front of us, and then to the left the Andromeda. So you've seen these before, but we'll take a quick look at them anyway. So this is the Andromeda. This is the sort of main version of the Constellation. This is the multi-role general purpose do anything ship. It has 2 turrets, top and bottom, large guns facing forward, large missile racks and a big cargo bay, and the Merlin snub fighter out the back. So if you want a sort of mid to large size transport ship that can do a bit of everything, you may be looking at the Andromeda. Just ignore the odd floating missiles there, that's a bit funny. But yes, here is the Merlin tucked away securely underneath. You've seen this before when I reviewed this ship, so you don't really need to see the interior. But yes, this is the cargo bay, and as you see, this is quite a large ship, but you could probably crew it quite effectively with 3 to 4 people. You can fly it solo, but you are losing out on, say, using the guns. because these turrets here are quite effective, but you need to have someone in them to use them. Next up, we have the Constellation Aquila, or Aquila. This is the exploration-focused version of the Connie series, which replaces its top turret with a scanning station. You've still got the lower turret, and you've still got a snub fighter Merlin out the back. However, this one is optimized for exploration. You've got additional jump sensors, larger fuel tanks stored in the top of the cargo bay for more fuel, which it trades off some of the missiles for, and then you've got this unique rounded bridge, which is supposed to give more, or better, visibility rather. On board the bridge of the Aquila, however, it's more or less the exact same thing as the Andromeda. In fact, all the Connie ships are more or less the same on the interior, with the exception of the Phoenix over there. However, you can see we've got a different bridge here, much more glass, which is nice. However, if you actually do sit in the seat, if I can find the right spot, oh, there it was, let me get in there, you'll see that, in my opinion, you might actually have slightly worse visibility than the standard Connie series. I'm not sure why that is, but the rounded bridge does look really nice. So, as you can see here, nice view all around really. Just ignore the frames immediately in front of you, which the standard version doesn't have. And finally, we have the Constellation Phoenix. This is the luxury conversion of the Constellation series, and has as a result some of the highest grade hardware available to it. Unfortunately, this one seems to be not available for rent currently. However, this is a ship that is flyable, so I am not entirely sure why that might be. But externally, it looks pretty much like a normal Connie, with the exception of having the larger midsection. Because this cargo bay, whilst down, you see has a floor over it, unlike the others. That is because this swaps out the entire middle section of the ship with more luxuries. So let's board it, and I'll show you what those luxuries actually are. Because the interior part of this ship looks the same as the others. Let me just check that I'm not actually... Yeah, I'm going to suffocate here. So let me just chuck on... Come on. Let me just chuck on my pressure suit. Because for some reason the interior of these ships don't have atmospheres. So there we go. We won't choke to death anymore. And this part of the Phoenix looks the same, as you can see. Same sort of standard bridge area, same standard sort of cruise section in here. The main difference is through these doors. You open up into this nice area here, where you've got a bedroom to one side there, simple bedroom but with an aquarium, and another one just like it right here. Moving on, you've got some nice chairs, the windows looking out, lots of windows on this ship, which is nice, makes it great for viewing. Got nice other set of skylight windows here, they're my favourite part of this ship, because more windows are always nice. Got a little lounge here, some playing cards apparently, but a good little lounge for just sitting, relaxing and enjoying your flight. You got a bar, pretty nice bar really, well stocked, so what you would expect in a luxury ship. You've got a sort of dining table here, I'm guessing this is for conference meetings. And then moving on, we have this section here, which would be the spa or the hot tub, which doesn't currently do anything, but it is there. Can't actually activate it even though it lights up, which is a shame, but it's there. Another aquarium. And then finally, you have the master bedroom in here, which is quite a nice one, and again, some nice windows. And then if you move on further back here, you will end up in the rear area, which is the same as the other Connies, except in here, instead of the Merlin, you will have the Archimedes. It is a Merlin right now, but the Archimedes will come and replace it. Sorry, I missed its name there. And it turns out that if you go to this spot of the ship, you can apparently rent it. So there you go. If you want to rent a Phoenix, climb into where the Merlin is. That will let you rent it. So that concludes our coverage of the RSI presentation at Day 2 of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. A shorter one today, as they have less ships on display today, which is unfortunate, but understandable. Stay tuned for tomorrow, when we will take a look at Day 3 and see what ships are on then. But until next time, I'm Denadon, this is Star Citizen, safe landings.